Peace, what's going on? It's Sarita, and I am here with a video about healers going through some hard times. Right. So, I just want to say peace and to all of you, and whatever you're going through, I'm going to crack some jokes during the video, but it's not personal because trust, I know those things very well myself, you know. So what's really going on? This video is going to be short, but healers are having a time out here. And you know what's going on? I'm going to give some examples of some of the things that are going on. I've had people call me up and tell me that they're having, they are making pennies with their business. And a lot of, I know some healers who are entrepreneurs. I know you do too. You are probably one of them yourself. And you struggle because you see people on YouTube, on Facebook and Twitter and all these places, people that you know out in your neighborhoods or what have you, and they support everything else. It seems that they don't, but they don't support what you're doing. And some healers have had a different experience though. So what has happened is healers some of the time. Well, let me give you a couple more scenarios because there's a bunch of other stuff I'm going to talk about, but some of the other things that they're experiencing are, so yeah, lack of support from those areas. So for instance, they are looking on Facebook and people are saying, oh, I like, Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz is, he gave some advice. But you go on your website you wrote articles about the same stuff. You may not have had the TV show set up or anything like that. You may not have been on television, but maybe you did a video on YouTube about the same stuff, and you even had an ebook about it that you took a long time to put together, and it took you a while to build up your confidence to even put your stuff out. And this person's already making millions, and yet people are running after them and giving their money to someone who's already, so to speak, made it. And you're like, I don't really get it. And so some of you have fallen back from doing your work. Some of you have fallen back from doing your work, your healing work, whatever you like. Maybe I'm in the wrong business. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. But you know in your heart that you are, in fact, a healer. And so you're not going to be really, happiness really does, it's a natural thing. But, well, joy is a natural thing. It's who we are, peace and joy. But being happy, on the earthly plane, you all ought to know you're not going to be completely happy until you are doing that thing which really moves you. And so you're sitting on the fence wondering, what should I do? And you also, family members also, they're supporting so-and-so's advice. People do it all the time. They can be married. And the minute somebody from the outside comes in and says, you know, um, you need to start taking reishi mushroom, or ginkgo is really good for your brain, or whatever. Ginseng, take some ginseng, some Don Quai, or, some ginger, or something. But meanwhile, somebody has already told you, they were already told that information before. But for some reason, when somebody else came along and said it, now they're able to receive it. So what it is that, for one thing, some healers have not learned the art of marketing, and some healers have not learned like business, things, business that, like marketing and business and networking, and you know, it's a certain type of way that businesses are doing things and where they're getting success. But that way that they're doing things hasn't changed. It's been going on for eons. And so if you want success in your business, you either got to get out there and you got to have some conversations. Conversations are a way for people to pick up on your charisma, which I don't know any healer that doesn't have charisma, really anybody. Everybody has a certain level of magnetism, charisma, and stuff like that. And you got to really, present to people who you are, because it's never what you have. You could be selling plastic bags, You could be selling recycled plastic bags from a place, and it's because it's you and the way that you said it and your energy that day. People are going to get that thing from you because it's you. So move away from thinking that your product is the bomb, or that your energy work techniques are the bomb, or that you have magic hands, and that your readings are just, all that. Because even though that's wonderful, and trust, I do know the quality of the service that you offer is important too, but what is most important is how you feel about it, and how you present it. And it doesn't take a lot, but you do have to put forth a little bit of energy into your stuff, and it begins with confidence. But where does confidence come from? Confidence comes from feeling good about you and what you're doing. And so some of you know that your prices are way too freaking low, and you're on the brink of being on the streets, but yet you still want to offer services to people at not even a fraction of the cost. Is almost a penny of the cost, 1% of the cost. But you can't, you know what I'm saying? When healers are doing that time and time again and giving everything away for free, then it becomes a thing of everyone is going to expect that. Some people are going to expect that from every healer, and it's not going to happen. So there's a breakdown that is happening, and healers really just go online and go on YouTube and watch a couple videos on marketing. It's so simple to fix that. And some business stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go and get a bunch of degrees or certificates for that. But because you all pick up things so fast, go on there and quickly just do some research. Don't put a lot of time into it, because I know how y'all go in real hard with it, because I know I do it. I have done it. I slowed down because I just don't have the time to do it anymore on that level. But don't get so intense with it, but go in, do your research on, and see what people are doing for success. And if you don't feel like dealing with it, then hire somebody else that can. But do your due diligence, so you're not giving your money out just because you're desperate to make more money, because it's not going to work like that. Out of desperation, it's just a continuous thing. It takes a long time for that to end. So what you want to do, you want to get into a place where you are attracting the resources to you that you know you are due. And so the way that you do that, hold on, I have to drink some of my smoothie, is you need to just sit back. One thing you can do is have some conversations with other healers like you that are on the vibration of where you are, and trust and know that there are always going to be very strong similarities, at least probably 10 things that you all share in ways that you all can learn from one another. Something that they're having a challenge with, you're having a challenge with. Something that you're doing really well with, they're doing well with, or vice versa. But you all can exchange some ideas, so that's where the networking comes in. Do be mindful of who you share your personal information with, but when you have a great sense of what that is, and trust that inner knowing that you do know who to share it with and who it's okay to share it with. But if you are still not sure, then do share it on a limited, share it very limited, and you don't have to share so many details. But what's important is find out what's working, and then test it out. Because that is the general thing that happens in the marketing world, is a technique is tried and then it's tested. So you put a start and an end date on when the thing is going to be tested, and you see how people respond to it. So say, for instance, that you wanted to get more attention on a certain product that you have that no one's looking at. Number one, you're already getting traffic to your site. If you're getting traffic to your site, then you're giving people something that they do want. That's good, And if you're not getting traffic to your site, then maybe people don't even know you're there. So you need to post some things from your site all around the internet. Start with YouTube, doing some videos or something. Even read your articles on screen. You can talk about your life experiences. You can write an article and then post them on Facebook. You can do some inspirational messages on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, but the sky's the limit. Just be creative, keep it simple, and people really do want you to be completely natural. So, success for healers. What else? What else? Number one is your energy. Um, a lot of healers are not getting success because they just don't have the freaking energy, because you're constantly burning up your energy by thinking so much and pondering what is, what could be, what's going to be, what's happening in the future, and you're not present. You're not really being present unless you're in meditation, some of you, and then some of you are good with being present. Some of you are good with being present, and we are definitely I would say a lot of us are learning, are definitely doing a good job of being more present and enjoying the now. Hence, because we are having to mix it up with people who are already doing that. And so those people who are already enjoying, in full enjoyment or whatever, where they aren't trying to figure out the readings for the next 10 years, the forecast for, the next day, week, month, whatever, and they are living in the now. So your energy, you got to feel good. So some herbs. I did a video on a couple of herbs that really do you well, and this is automatically going to get you support, because you have to have confidence in what you're doing. And if you were in you're in the energy of being a healer, then you have that inner knowing. You do. And there's nothing else you'd rather be doing than being of service to others in some way. But don't give it away for freaking free forever, because unless you're rich, then you got to make a living. And it's okay to do that. There's nothing wrong with it. So get to a place where you know that it's okay to charge for your work. Some of you healers are artists. Some of you are writers. Some of you are also jewelry makers. Some of you are musicians. Some of you are construction workers. There's healers that do some everything. And public speakers. It could be anything, priests and priestess. But do take time to put the energy that you want to put out, put it into you first. Do that. So, like I said, if you know about smoothies, make some smoothies. Make sure you're not drinking stuff to be like ice cold, because you want to do things in a balanced way. Just don't do it all the time. Balance your diet out. Don't eat too late at night. Drink your water. Drink your herbal teas. And if you want to keep the sugar down, then do honey instead. And then don't do honey, and do honey, and don't do honey. But just balance it out. Enjoy. Learn to enjoy. What else? Update your vision boards. If you all have vision boards and they've still got pictures of your high school sweetheart on it, you all have gotten married, it's time to update the vision board. You all have already gotten together. If you have pictures of more than one guy on your vision board because you wanted to date, then it's time to update your vision board, because maybe you're in a relationship now. So you want to put the energy out there of where you are, and do things for you. Do things that are going to support the success in your life, and you're going to feel better, because that's what you're doing for other people. So healers got to do it for themselves first. That's one of the biggest lessons that we're learning. So on the business tip, back to the business tip. So on the website, you have people coming to your website or your blog or what have you. Use whatever medium that you're using to the fullest. But don't spend all day on it, because it's just not going to happen that way. All successes happen step by step. It's not all going to get done in one day. So don't beat yourself up. Do some, sit back, relax, and, just have a certain type of contentment with where you are. Get that. And things are going to fall into place. So anyway, I'll have some other tips. And, go for a walk. listen to some motivational speakers that you really like, that really resonate with you. And those are some of the ways that you can feel good to build your confidence up, and then also to attract more business. And get out of the house and mix it up with people who are in the world, some of you, because you all know, some of you know it's been a really strong time, and so you've wanted to stay in more. And that cycle is coming to a close, so go ahead and start getting your energy ready. Some of you are already doing it. Get some exercise in. Don't kill yourself. Don't overdo it, but just be balanced. Do a little something, and don't be afraid of stepping out there and talking to people, or just being seen by people, because people need to see you. This world needs you. You're very special. So I've got another message that I'm going to come back with that has to do with, it was an inspirational message that came to me this morning, and I'm going to share that. But for now, that's it. I just had to do a little bit of chit-chatting, and I will talk to you soon. But yeah, there will be some more tips on this, because it's you gotta just do something different if the first thing isn't working, and everything's gonna work out. All right, peace.